Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. With Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. And it's time for NBA. The starting fives for our game. Here are tonight's starting lineups. First, for the Rockets, Chris Paul is out there with Harden. He's thrilled for this one. Everyone will be watching now how he does in his first NBA official game. Then there's Gordon, and it's Tucker in at the 4 slot. And then for the Golden State Warriors, Curry and Thompson, the splash brothers in the backcourt. And the big fella inside out of the University of Kentucky, the unbelievably gifted and powerful pivot man, DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Durant, and it's Green in at the 4 spot. To the paint, Cantonella, defended by Durant. Kicks it out to Gordon. 6 to shoot. Drains it from beyond the arc. Gordon's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Well, he's a spot-up shooter, one of the best. One of those guys who, if you give him an inch, I mean, that's all it takes. He will let it fly and frequently knock down that shot.
And you know what, Steve? We also have to talk about his shooting. I mean, the fact that he copes with tight D better than anyone is something to make note of. His percentage stays the same, and if he's wide open, he's automatic.
Now off the inbound, he lays it in.
Excellent communication on the inbound play there, guys. He got in a good position, and the pass was as it needed to be, on time and on target. Well, it certainly had the makings of a great story. Harden versus his old team, the Rockets coming back with a big Game 5 win. If they could get Game 6, they'd be able to force that final 7th game and maybe pull off the upset, but it wasn't meant to be.
The Rockets shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. The first free throw is good. Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for Golden State. He's perfect from the line this time. Well, going back to the Rockets in the postseason, a lot of people had them picked to get steamrolled. But, Steve, they put up a solid fight and really turned some heads with how they played.
Well, the easy answer was because of the Westbrook injury. That's how Houston was able to really take Oklahoma City deep into that series. But I think there's more to it than that. The Rockets have tremendous offensive firepower. I think they're gaining momentum as a franchise. And heading into this year, I think they're one of the scariest teams in the conference.
Ball against Curry. Harden kicks to Paul. Drills it from outside. Paul's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. The Warriors have gone 0-3 from the field to start the game.
Well, prior to last season, there were several teams that considered trading for James Harden. There was a question, though, over how much they were prepared to give up. Some questions if he could be the first option on the team. That question's been answered.
Gordon kicks to Harden. Lets the 3 fly. Kept wide by Houston. Back to Gordon. And the whistle blows. It's going to be an Andre Iguodala. That's his first foul. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. And here's Harden for 3. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Harden's got 5 now. In the season before last, Harden won 6th Man of the Year. But, guys, do you think that because Harden came off the bench in Oklahoma City that some underestimated his talent?
Well, I don't think anybody underestimated his talent. I think it was pretty apparent what he could do. But, scouts have watched him ever since his Arizona State days. You can see he had star potential, and now he's getting the opportunity in Houston to fulfill that.
That free throw, no good.
Well, this Warriors ownership group has really energized the franchise. They've been very proactive. They purchased the D-League team from Dakota with plans to move them to Santa Cruz, about an hour south of Oakland. And in order to accommodate the team's home games, they built a new 3,000-seat arena in a matter of months.
Kevin Durant's checked in for Golden State. And the Santa Cruz Warriors, as they've been renamed, have been a hit. Clark leading the D-League in revenue, making the D-League finals last season.
And with all of the D-League games now broadcast on YouTube, the exposure for players in the D-League is better than ever. And for the Warriors to have their D-League affiliate so close to even when they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular. And he pulled it off.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it.
Yeah, I agree. Now's when they need a little spark anyway.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
Way too loose on that inbounds pass.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, thanks. Golden State's head coach and I were able to chat. We talked about the difficulties of facing a player like Chris Paul, and he said that what makes Paul so incredible is his court vision. He explained that there haven't been many players like Paul who can pick a defense apart with both his passing ability and his patience in the offensive sets, saying really, he can just wait you out until he sees a weakness, and that's where he attacks.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. Warriors trail by 8. It's Curry with the drive. Can't hit from in close.
Tell you what, boy, it's hard to watch when the guy gets good shots and misses them. He's missed everything this quarter.
Harden's shot is good.
It has taken them no time to build this lead up on the strength of a great first quarter offensively.
And they need to continue to put pressure on the defense and try to really run away with this one from here.
Back to Gordon. Cantonella. And some nice passing there by Houston.
Huge advantage for them already.
And as well as they've played at both ends so far, this lead might continue to grow.
Durant up top. Thompson. Guarded by Harden. Kept alive. Iguodala dishes to Thompson. Back to Iguodala. Kicks it to Thompson. The feed to Iguodala. Pass to Curry. Three-pointer. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. Houston with a big group substitution here. Houston leading by 12. And here's Rivers. Back to Fareed. No problem on the jumper in close. Fareed's got his first bucket of the night.
Wow, what an incredible run they're on. This is as good an offense as you will see.
Well, every single guy on the floor right now just feeling it.
It's Durant on the wing to stop the run. And yes, sir, that one drops. Durant's got 7 points in the game.
It is so hard to contain. He just seems to get it done however he has to do it.
And Shumpert kicks to Fareed. Shot from the low block. And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball. Gerald Green, he's checked in for the Rockets. Here's Rivers. Can't hit. And Golden State will come the other way. There's 18 seconds left in the first. Cook kicks to Uredko. Livingston. Durant for 3. That doesn't go either for Durant. The drive by Green. And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
And they're also showing some muscle here in the first half, finding a lot of points in the paint area.
Houston might have made the playoffs in the West last season, guys, but it wasn't because they were beating up on their peers. They were 24 and 28 against the rest of the West. That's why they got the 8th seed.
Here's Fareed. Smooth as silk on the finger roll.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
Well, it's become one of the stories of the first half, just piling up points in the paint.
That's good. And 11 points for Kevin Durant. You remember the Rockets last year when they were playing a lot of teams in the West near the end of the regular season. That was when they slipped, Steve, out of the 6th seed range down to number 8.
Well, of course, the West was really strong last year, Kevin, so it makes sense that you're going to struggle a little bit against all those good teams. But, Houston ended up being the only team in the West to make the playoffs with a sub-500 record against the rest of the conference.
And the Rockets making a change here.
Well, when he came out of college, the one thing you knew with Kenneth Faried was he was going to give you a lot of hustle. Great rebounder at Morehead State, and he brought that into the league with him. He attacks the ball, he attacks the glass, plays hard on every possession.
Well, that's just the kind of player he is. It's in his nature. He can't help but hustle after missed shots, and he's willing to battle for rebounds and loose balls with anybody. There's no backing down with Fareed. Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Guys, Brazilian big man Nene has dealt with extensive injuries over his career. Last season, he managed to play 61 games between plantar fasciitis and soreness in his right knee. Nene said the pain was so tough, he considered retiring. He hopes this season he's able to play without being in constant pain. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Doris, thanks. Kevin Durant's checked in for DeMarcus Cousins. Here's Bogut. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Well, you know, Andrew Bogut essentially missed the first half of last season as he continued rehab from his ankle injury from early 2012. The team did a pretty good job of holding down the fort in his absence. Got off to a hot start, but no question about it. He gives this team a whole different dimension inside when he's healthy.
That one misses. Going back to Bogut, the Warriors took a little heat early on with that trade. You know, they sent their high-scoring guard, Monte Ellis, for Bogut to Milwaukee, and they had to wait a long while for the big man because he came injured to Golden State.
Well, that was the main reason people were upset. They traded their leading scorer for a guy who couldn't even play because he was on the sidelines. But once he was healthy, the trade made perfect sense. Golden State had plenty of firepower in the backcourt. They needed the size and defense that Bogut brought. Oh, what a huge play.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right. Those are phenomenal dunks to watch. So much fun.
You know, the dunks are few and far between for the big guy, but every once in a while we get one just like that.
It's not hard to believe that kind of size might keep you from being a high flyer.
That's a lot of man right there to try to get up off the ground, Kevin.
Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. A nice shot by Rivers.
And they're making a statement here, guys, going inside for 8 of their last 10 points.
Time to man up on D and stop these free runs to the rim.
Hit his leg. And it's being called a kickball. The Warriors making a switch here. Here is Durant. 14 points for him. Curry. But 3. And it's Rivers with the rebound. Rivers has got his 3rd rebound on the night.
But an 8-rebound advantage like the one they have now is always going to swing the score hard in that team's direction.
And that's certainly been the case today. Their rebounding has made a huge difference.
Can't get it to go. Nice D from Bogut.
That's not an opportunity he fails to convert very often. Well, you look at the turnaround last season for Golden State. A lot of it has to do with the steady presence of Jarrett Jack and Carl Landry off the bench. Both players brought toughness and a level of competitiveness that was maybe missing from the Warriors the year before.
And he gets it back. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a 3-point play. Going to the line for 1. And the Rockets making a change here. The Rockets have shot 3 of 5 at the foul line.
Well, they were a fairly decent free throw shooting team a year ago, Kevin, about 77% from the line.
And for the Warriors, such an impressive turnaround last season, but financial constraints. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying, Clark, to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark?
Well, you know what the questions are about now? It's their defense, that's for sure. Well, if anything, Thompson has been an even better shooter in the pros than he was in college. Maybe because people aren't focused on him as much offensively. But he has a beautiful stroke, and he's a deadeye from the three-point line.
But Steve, even when he's closely guarded, he has the confidence and focus to knock it down. Here's Rivers. Nice D from Durant. Warriors trail by 13. Curry outside. Thompson passes to Durant. Back to Thompson. From deep. That's good. And a nice assist from Durant. Thompson's got 12 in the game.
oh man, Kevin. He's really feeling it from three-point range now. All of a sudden, it seems like he just can't miss.
Rivers can't get it to go. Golden State's gone 4 of 6 from long range in the second quarter. Solid shooting. And it's Thompson again missing. Houston leading by 10. Rivers kicks to Green. Dishes it to Rivers. Plenty of space. It's rebounded by Golden State. Bogut's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Thompson for 3. And so that brings the first half to a close. Rockets lead by 10. Stay right where you are for this.
Now, presented by Sprint.
It's went
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
The second half just about to get going here. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
You know, he spoils us with his performances game in and game out. And so far, just another big scoring night for him.
Typically, when he puts up that many points in the first half, he's going to follow it up with a better second half. We'll see if that happens here.
A chance here to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Gentlemen, it's no secret that the Bay Area loves its basketball. It was made abundantly clear during last year's playoff run, says Steph Curry, saying, quote, "We made it to the conference semifinals, and they gave me a key to the city." The key to the city for the semis. If we'd won a title, they'd have put a statue of Coach Jackson on top of the bridge. That statue might not be too far off the way they are collecting talent, Kev.
You can tell they've made a big impression. Thanks, Doris.
Houston found their way back into the playoffs last season, but really it wasn't because they were a tough team on the road. They only had 16 wins away from Houston last season.
And Clark, as you were talking about, the Rockets weren't nearly as troublesome to teams last year when they found themselves in the away locker room. Mostly, Steve, it came down to their offense not having quite as much punch.
Well, most teams don't score as much on the road as they do at home, but for the Rockets, 5 points differential between home and away, it's pretty dramatic. And I think that was one of the reasons why we saw them struggle when they left Houston and tried to get a win.
And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
A lot of noise coming from these fans. Pretty unhappy with that call.
Well, you know, we've got a lot of amateur officials in the crowd, and not one of them liked it.
Such a solid performance from them inside. The rebounding has been terrific.
Yeah, that's just one of the few things that have gone their way today.
Well, Clark, a clear lane to the basket and the emphatic jam.
And that is outstanding attacking basketball.
Well, he had no choice but to take that one to the bucket.
Well, you know, Eric Gordon, when he's healthy, is really an explosive and efficient scorer. He's able to spread the floor with his three-point shooting, and he is relentless in attacking the rim for hoops when he's healthy.
Rockets leading by 10. Harden with the screen on Durant. Gordon goes in. Harden, there's the dish to Paul. Launches a 3. That's good. Paul's got his second bucket tonight. And Gordon standing just 6'3", but with his powerful frame, he's able to power his way often to the rim.
Yeah, he's so good using his strength to get inside and draw contact to get to the line and finish plays in which he's been fouled.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
I'll tell you what, wandering aimlessly out of bounds like that might earn him a ticket to the bench.
The Warriors have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Thompson, guarded by Harden. Thompson misses. Rockets have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Lets it go from the wing. And Harden gets it to go in on the assist by Paul. And that's 10 points for James Harden.
He's definitely got that shot in his arsenal.
Here's Curry. From 13 feet, it goes down.
He's got one of those shooting strokes that never changes, guys. I mean, even if the defender's all over him, he just never seems to flinch. A great quality to have as a shooter.
Very true. And what I've noticed with him is his ability to jump on teams right out of the break. I mean, he doesn't need a ton of shots to get going. He's locked in by... Oh, how about that basketball, man? Wow. You know, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult. while they're trailing?
Yeah, but still, you know what? A magnificent move to the rim.
And guys, look, I don't know what the score is. That's the play we're all going to remember from this game.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Andre Iguodala is checked in for Kevin Durant. Warriors trail by 13.
You know, it's very rare that you're going to be able to make the playoffs in the West without coming out with a winning record against the rest of the conference. And the Warriors knew that would be important in their quest for the playoffs, and they handled business against the West.
And Steph Curry with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That's his first foul. Well, and for the Warriors who fought so hard to get back into the playoffs, last year their 28-24 record against the rest of the West really helped their cause, Steve.
Well, the toughest part of the Warriors' last campaign was a rough stretch of games in February where they dropped off a bit in the race. And a lot of those games were against Western teams, and if you kind of remove that month, their in-conference record is even more impressive.
Draymond Green with really a terrific legacy of success prior to the NBA, guys. I mean, he led Saginaw High to 2 Michigan State championships, and at Michigan State was able to be part of 2 teams that got to the Final Four and 1 that made it to the Sweet 16. That's impressive.
Houston leading by 12. Harden kicks it to Tucker. Back to Harden. He passes it to Gordon. Gordon off a pick from Tucker. And it's Gordon penetrating. The Rockets with another miss. And going back to Draymond Green, Clark, very successful in college for Tom Izzo up at Michigan State, as you mentioned. But Steve, maybe a bit of a surprise, slipping to the second round back in 2012.
I think a lot of teams, Kevin, felt that he was a tweener. They weren't sure if he was a 3 or a 4, and he really is. But the good news is that he can guard both positions, and he's improved his jump shot. More than anything, he's just a winner. He knows how to play, and he's a good addition to any team.
Quality kid. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Well, his heart might be in Oklahoma City now, but growing up, Kevin Durant said he wanted to be, of all things, a Raptor. That's right, he was a Raptor fan. A lot of it, he said, was just wanting to be part of something new.
So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. And going back to Durant, I'm sure the Raptors would have loved to have had him. I got to be honest, I did not know he grew up a Raptors fan.
I had no idea. I'm guessing maybe he fell in love with Vince Carter at the dunk contest.
Maybe that was it, yeah. Green with a screen for Curry. Green dishes to Curry. And it's Durant, that time on the assist by Curry. Curry's got 3 assists in the game. Rockets leading by 10. Harden outside. Shoots the 3. The Warriors pull it in.
Poor shooting from him this quarter. His shooting percentage nowhere near where he'd like it to be. And the defense looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Yeah, I like that. A foul to save the layup. Make him earn it at the line.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
You know, when you get an influx of talent through the draft like the Rockets did prior to last season, the initial reaction is excitement, but then you think about, man, how are we going to get these guys ready to play NBA basketball? And the Rockets did a nice job by taking it easy and bringing them along slowly.
Gordon kicks to Paul. Pass to Tucker. Lets it go from deep. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Curry's got 3 rebounds now in this one. He dishes it to Green.
Major league big boy throwdown right there.
And he keeps a tight grip on that rim after the finish.
And maybe that'll give this team a little bit of their edge back.
And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the strike for 2. It's on Kevin Durant. Rockets have shot 75% at the stripe, 6 of 8. And the first one goes. Different look here for the Warriors. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Here is Cook. High post shot. No good. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Rockets ahead. A Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
Well, the great passing we saw in the first half has carried right over into the second.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
You look at Harden's career, he was a gifted scorer at Arizona State, but with a slow start in his rookie season, and playing with two of the best players in the league in Oklahoma City, people seem to forget that he's always been a player who can light it up.
And he makes the first. And James Harden, the first ever draft pick by the Oklahoma City Thunder, after the move from Seattle, certainly. To see him go so soon in his NBA career as he was reaching stardom had to be tough for fans, and we know, Clark, certainly for his team.
I agree wholeheartedly there, Kevin. And think of all the fans who wore fake beards on their faces, even buildings in OKC with beards adorning them. So Harden wasn't just a great player, his image was almost a mascot for the team as well.
Well, look at Steve, Clark. He's got the fake Harden beard on right now next to us. I mean, geez.
Beard the beard. Not much the defense can do once he gets to the bucket.
Warriors trail by 16. Green kicks to Yarebko. Back to Green. Golden State moving it around. That is good. That's now 26 points for Kevin Durant.
Now, that's his first three of the half. There may be more in store.
Ball outside. Gordon. Harden outside. There's the triple. That drops. Harden's got 5 points in the quarter.
That's his first three-pointer of the half. Remember, he did make one in the first half as well.
Now a timeout called by Golden State.
You know, it's funny, you look at the Golden State Warriors, they've had the third best home court advantage in the league over the last decade or so. Only the Rocky Mountain teams, Denver and Utah, were better. At Oracle, it's not the altitude, it's the crowd. One of the best in all of the NBA.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State, Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for Yarebko. And Steph Curry subbed in for DeMarcus Cousins.
He's putting on a commanding performance here. He's hit 2 3-pointers in each half now.
Cantonella, headed by Green. The finger roll finish at the bucket. And Clark, as you were saying about the Warriors, they really feed off this home crowd. Steve, you said maybe the best in the NBA.
I think so, just in terms of the support they get, regardless of their success. You think back over the last 16, 17 years, Warriors have only been in the playoffs twice, and yet the fans are there every single night going nuts. So now that they're a good team, I think this fan base is really going to come alive.
Houston making a switch here. Fareed is checked in. And Harden with the stuff.
Well, you knew he'd win that race.
Definitely. I mean, that's what you call early offense.
Curry kicks to Green. Good, and Curry gets the assist.
That was simply a defensive breakdown there, Kevin. He was all alone for that shot. It was a warm-up jump.
Rockets leading by 14. Gordon with it. And Steph Curry with the foul. And that'll be his third foul so far. Paul kicks to Harden. Now the pass to Gordon. Back to Harden. For the three. Thompson with the rebound.
And you know, they haven't had the best day inside, but they got one when it mattered most.
Curry passes to Thompson. Curry kicks to Iguodala. Back to Curry. Durant. No good on the triple. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. No problems knocking that one down. And that's 20 points for James Harden.
You know, he's showing some kind of a killer instinct this quarter, trying to stretch this lead out.
Curry kicks to Durant. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
You can just see his confidence rising every time he knocks one down beyond the arc.
He kicks to Gordon. Harden outside. He feeds it to Paul. Always going up for the alley-oop here. And the Dunked by Fareed.
That's the epitome of teamwork right there, Kevin, on the alley-oop.
Clark, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder.
Yeah, lightning, too.
But I'll tell you, the pass was even better. I mean, he put it on an absolute platter for him.
Green dishes to Durant. And another three for Golden State.
He is bombing it today. How many more threes are we going to see from him?
Well, we've already seen plenty. The majority of his points have come on that shot.
And there's the call on Durant. That will be foul number 5 on him.
Yeah, close, but I didn't think he got on balance quickly enough.
And it's hard to draw charges as quick as players are at this level. That's not an easy bit of work there.
The Warriors making a switch here. Cousins is checked in. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Hi, guys. I had a chance to find out what Mike D'Antoni was discussing with his players. He wants to make sure they stay assertive and aggressive on the offensive end, saying, I don't want to sit on this lead. Let's build on it and not give them a chance of coming back. Guys?
Thank you, Doris.
An example right there, guys, of how even as their lead grew into a big one, they never started coasting.
That's the truth. I mean, they've been in charge of this game all the way through.
The drive by Paul. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. You know, Clark, you're right. They haven't had a strong day inside.
Well, Kevin, sometimes it just comes down to making the right play at the right time. With all of the on-court skills that Chris Paul possesses, perhaps his greatest attribute is the leadership he brings to a team. He just has a way about bringing guys together, encouraging them while also challenging them and holding them accountable.
Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. And the Rockets making a change here. Durant for 3. They get it back. The shot's good from Jerebko.
Boy, where was the box out? Too easy on that second chance opportunity.
Yeah, no box out is what happened there. Those kind of mistakes on the glass will kill a team.
Go back to that leadership that Chris Paul provides. We saw that some last year in the general manager category said that he might be the best single leader on any team in the NBA.
I would agree with that. He's just a dominant presence out there, despite the fact that he's kind of short, but he just understands his point guard's role. Passionate about the game, smart basketball player, and loves to play. There you go. That's the stroke we saw in the first half.
For Houston, they've gone on a tear here in the 4th. They're 8 of 9 on field goal attempts in the quarter. There's 38 seconds left to play here in the 4th. Rivers passes to House. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. And Thompson kicks to Durant. Pass to Bogut. Some nice passing by Golden State. That is good. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back.
It's interesting. They're like a different team now. Suddenly, they've got energy.
You know, it's not going to change anything, though, other than to make their losing margin a little more respectable.
Outside jumper. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. They put on a show tonight, thoroughly controlling each end of the floor.
Hey, what more can you ask?
Well, that'll do it. For Doris Burke, Steve Kerr, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying so long. We'll see you next time. And as we leave, we give you our Jordan Player of the Game, James Harden.